Welcome to Seeing Beyond, Living Transformed, a space to connect with spiritual insights, open-minded perspective, and healing transformation. Hosts Kelley Eckhart and Cheryl Murphy are working evidential psychic mediums, spiritual teachers, and published authors who are coming together in friendship and teamwork to serve through the energy of spirit, healing, and animal communication. Each week, we invite you to join in a mixture of candid discussions, visits from guests and experts, intuitive development, and live readings to encourage everyone while exploring their multifaceted spiritual path. Come ready with questions and curiosities. And now, here are your hosts, Cheryl Murphy and Kelley Eckhart.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to today's program. You are in for a wonderful topic today. Once again, thank you for watching. You're with Seeing Beyond, Living Transformed. I'm Cheryl Murphy. My cohort here is Kelley Eckhart. Kelley, how are you today?
I'm great. Just a little under the weather, but I'm here because I didn't want to miss today. My favorite subject.
Well,
Love, relationships on the other side. Who doesn't want to talk about that? I do.
oh, good. And that is our topic for today, Kelley. It's pretty interesting, this topic. I just sent out an email a few days ago around this topic. So I'm happy to talk about it, about love and relationships. And really, I mean, do we feel love from our loved ones on the other side? Are we still connecting with them? Is it important? I mean, is it even real? So let's say hi to some of our listeners who are just joining us. Once again, we are going live on all of our channels, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and also on all social podcast platforms.
Yes. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm so excited to be here with you all today.
I'm seeing hello, Jennifer. Hello, Kathleen. I know we have Jay-Z joining us a little bit later, but look, hey, Kelley, do you have a story that you want to start with about, connecting with our loved ones? Like, do you ever feel, close to your loved ones on the other side? Do you ever experience a healing in your relationship?
I do. And I do have a wonderful story I would love to share. When my son RJ died, rocked my world. It was devastating. I really had never thought I could survive losing a child. I remember even saying to him 3 years before he died, like, don't ever die on me. I can't live without you. I will die if you die. I remember when he was like 16, 17, I told him that. And so when he died, it was so devastating. And I was so angry because it was really the beginning of my spiritual journey, Cheryl. I was going to quit. I literally was going to quit. I was going to stop doing the readings. I was just going to step out of the spiritual realm. I was like, I can't do this. Like, I don't know how I'm going to survive. And I had this big event planned with Allison where we were doing a small group reading for 10 families who had lost somebody. Well, I was going to back out. And then all of a sudden, 3, 4 different mediums who I didn't really know. We were more like, we knew each other in the same circles, right? But I'd never met them in person. Reached out to me on social media and said, hey, Kelley, I know your son died. And I know this is so weird, but he keeps telling me, don't quit. Tell my mom to quit. And I was like, what? Stop it. So I did the event with Allison, and literally all 10 families had lost a son between 19 and 22 years old. My son was 20 when he passed. And I was like, holy moly. And I looked at Allison and I'm like, I'm going to run out this back door here. I'm like, I'm running. And she's like, don't you run and leave me. Cause she was scared now.
I would believe that.
Families that lost sons and they were recent passings. Like, how did this line up that way? They had booked before my son even died. I mean, talk about synchronicity and the spiritual realm lining things up. So I did that event, and then I was still contemplating quitting. I felt like I didn't think that this was right for me right now, and I needed to take care of me and figure things out. When medium Fleur, who I had been mentoring with and really who was like one of my first teachers, even though she's so young, she's so amazing, sent me a beautiful message. I think it was a text message because she had my text number and said, "Hey Kelly, I heard about your son. I'm so sorry to hear about your loss. I wanted you to know I'm sending my deepest condolences. And I wish I'd gotten to know him. You're such a special soul, and I bet he was special." And I said, "Hey, medium Fleur, you did meet him.
Yeah.
I took him to a dem the first time I ever saw you
Ah.
before I mentored with you when
Mhm,
he was like 16 or 17.
mhm.
And we were in the audience sitting behind the mother who lost a son to addiction, heroin.
Mm, mm.
And I was bawling my eyes out, and my kids were laughing at me. And you told me in the audience that I was a psychic medium, and I laughed at you, but the kids thought it was funny. And that's when I started mentoring with you. So
Ah.
that was, 3 or 4 years before he died. He was 16 or 17. And I said, "So you did meet him?" She goes, "Oh my
Mhm,
gosh, I remember that mother. I'll never forget her."
mhm.
That touched my heart so badly because the mother that I sat behind and stood in line behind lost her son 5 days earlier. Didn't know she was gonna lose her son when she bought the tickets to the dem.
Wow.
She bought the tickets to the dem to hear from somebody else, and then her son died.
Right.
And he was a musician, and he
Wow.
loved all the same music as RJ because we were sitting behind him, and Fleur brought him through, and I felt like I knew him and felt
Yeah.
him.
Mhm.
And I looked at my son and said, "Don't you ever do this to me. You need to quit drugs," because he was suffering with addiction, and I thought that was how he was gonna die.
Oh.
So, that was 3 years before he died, and then she reached
Mhm,
out to me. I told her she did, and
mhm.
the next day, she was at CVS Pharmacy picking up a prescription in Santa Monica and ran into that mother from that den 3 or 4
W
years earlier. And that
Wow.
mom said, "Oh my god, Fleur, I found this green feather and I want to give it to you.
Ah.
I feel like this is meant for you." And I had just told her the night before about the bird that flew into my crystal store with a green feather because
Yeah,
my son died.
and then
And
she
then
got another green feather.
yeah, and how, like, I felt like that was him telling me, "Mom, I'm okay. I'm
Mhm,
okay, don't worry about me." And
mhm.
then she got a green feather, and she told the mom about my green feather, and the mom said, "Well, obviously this is for Kelly." Didn't know me or even remember me, but said, "This is from her. Her son's okay."
Oh,
And that to me was love from the other side.
love
That was me continuing and building that relationship with my son, because after that day, I started meditating every day for an hour in the crystal store, communicating with him and asking for him to build this relationship now, a new relationship. And it worked. Like, I have an amazing relationship with him in spirit. It's as if he's still here, but he's not. I mean, it's
Mhm.
not perfect, but I miss him still. But I get to talk to him all the time, and that's love. It
That
can
is love.
Yeah.
So everyone just joining us, welcome. Our topic is about love, relationships, and the other side. And really, we have to understand that even though when we lose their physical presence, when we lose our loved ones, when they do cross over, does that mean that the relationship is over? I mean, that's really our topic tonight is, do you
Mhm.
believe that you can still, connect with your loved ones on the other side? Like maybe even have a stronger relationship with them, which is something I'm going to be talking about here in a moment, but even connect with them in a soul level, have it be healing for you. I mean, really think about that when you do think about your loved ones that have crossed. Is it possible to continue a relationship with them? So let us know. Type in your comments or your
Yeah.
story. But I'd love to share with you that I know when my brother passed, this was back in the 80s. My brother passed, I was 26 and he died at 28 from AIDS, by the way, back in the AIDS epidemic. And I knew, and he was very spiritual. I write about it a lot in the book I am writing, but he is very spiritual. And I knew that when he crossed, we would be connecting. But Kelly, I mean, it's really about him being a guide for me now on the other side. It's about him helping me in my work or helping the people I'm reading, helping them in their
Yes.
life
Yes,
or
it's beautiful.
I know, or helping children. I know he loves children and animals and
Animals. I was just gonna say dogs. He's a dog
yeah,
lover, your brother,
yeah,
isn't he?
yeah,
I've never read for you for your brother, have I?
yeah, I don't think so.
When you were saying everything,
Yeah.
he's like, "And don't forget the dogs."
Oh, good, 'cause so I know, for me, that relationship is very real and true, and I feel him close by, and so I just wanna encourage people, for anyone who doesn't feel like that, to really think about still connecting with their loved ones, because sometimes even if your loved one was, you know, a rough around the edges kind of person when they were living, that maybe now they may come through like that, but
Yeah,
also know that they're learning and they're growing, and in some way there's healing happening.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing. I will say that year, and it was a year of meditating every morning between 10 and 11 before the Crystal Store opened in Huntington Beach. I went to my shop early just to meditate and sit on the ground and listen to my music and connect with him. And it was like time spent with him. I felt like I was getting this beautiful healing love. He always showed up as Archangel Michael. His middle name is Michael. And he had these beautiful big blue wings. And he'd be wearing a hoodie like he used to be with his little headphones on. And he'd reach down and he'd wrap me in the wings. And when he did that, I just felt this immense, like, energetic healing happening over my whole body and just felt like
Mhm.
he was taking so much of the pain away. And to
Mhm.
me, it's like I want to teach people how to have that connection with their loved ones, how to continue to build a relationship with them while they're here and they're there. Like we can still have that relationship. And if we
Mhm.
can understand that and believe it, it's so beautiful, right? And it can help with the healing, it can help with the processing our grief. Does it make things perfect? No. But
Mhm.
hey, it's better than just suffering all
Yeah.
the time, isn't it?
It is, and, just to let, Andrew know, because Andrew typed in about Dolly Parton, we haven't not forgotten about Dolly Parton.
So
Andrew,
sad.
we're just getting ready to bring that up, and this is actually a good topic because I have felt her energy, later this afternoon when I heard her. I was actually driving home from this very, very long drive, and I felt her energy very much being, as I mentioned, very rejoiceful that she's with her loved ones. But
Yeah.
let's talk about Dolly Parton for a moment, Kelly, like how
That's
much
so
love and light she brought to this
she was
world.
such an amazing soul. I loved Dolly Parton since I was a small child. And about 4 days ago, I heard on the news that she wasn't doing well, but they were saying she was gonna be back on track. But I felt and I said to my husband, "She's done.
Mhm,
She's not gonna
mhm.
be here much longer." I said that to my husband 4 days ago because I just felt it. Her energy was she's tired. She's worked
Mhm,
hard her whole life.
mhm,
I mean, the work that she did wasn't just, like, work, it was like she gave her soul.
mhm,
She was amazing. I'm sad, I mean, but I also know that she's at peace.
mhm.
She's happy. I'm sad because we're gonna miss that beautiful music, or we're gonna have it, but it's not her singing, you know? It's not her singing live. It's different.
And she had just won a Poets Award from, I believe, the American, the Academy
She was amazing.
of Music, I believe, had just awarded her a Poet Award for the week prior, and if you listen to her music, like many musicians, but her specifically, because she was a poet and an artist, I wanna say, like, she
Yeah,
was
everything.
channeling a light, I just wanna say.
Definitely.
A lot of
And
light.
she's
Yeah.
with that light now. I mean, she's
Mhm,
just a bright light now for all of us,
mhm,
and her
mhm,
music's here just to inspire us for
mhm.
eternity. I
And
mean,
and
honestly.
and talk about having not here, not communicating with us physically, but she will be able to communicate and connect with us through the memories, through our own intuition, through our own dreams even, or, you may literally feel her presence, anytime too, because I wanna say now that, Dolly has passed, it will bring a lot of light to this planet,
Yeah.
but also to still learn from her. There's still so much to learn by watching her videos or her interviews or listening to her songs. So I'm hoping, and from what I heard is that Kelly, she had a lot of cake mixes that she sold, or muffin mix recipes, or brownie mixes.
She
Like
was
she sold
awesome. I mean, she
her
did it all.
own
She did it
lines.
all. Didn't
They're
she have a
so
restaurant too?
I maybe, yeah, I wouldn't doubt
Thought
it,
she
but
had a restaurant maybe. I
yeah.
just know that, like, I'm not a country like, I'm not into country music, it's not my
Mhm.
thing, but Dolly Parton was I started listening to her, and one of the first songs I will say that I remember from her was the Working 95 and Ebony and Ivory. I think I was
Oh,
around 10 or 11 when Ebony and Ivory was really popular, and I did, we sang the song in choir. I was in choir. Mind you, it was back in middle elementary school when they let anybody in, whether you could sing or not. I was asked to stand in the back and lip sync. Anyways, I love that song and I wanted to sing it loud and proud, but I couldn't. I wasn't very clear. But I love her. I mean, she brought a lot of like her music brings a lot of like my childhood memories because you heard her on the radio. She
uh-huh,
crossed over between country and pop,
yeah.
didn't she?
And she yep, and she wrote many songs for other artists
Yeah.
as she sang other artists' songs
Yeah.
too.
So good.
Yeah, and, just to let you guys know, like, Dolly Parton is, she is that one of a kind light, and I know we all are one of a kind, but I really encourage people to either go back and listen to her songs because I feel like they touch the soul, they really are thought-provoking, they are poetry, and they're just divine love, we'll call it that, yeah.
Do you think sometimes we underestimate the power of music? I think as a
Mm,
society.
mm. Well, her speaking of, gospel, her grandfather started a church. That's how she started singing back when she
Mhm.
was a child. So she's really had that gospel
And that's a
music her
connection
whole
to
life.
spirit. That's a
That's
connection to spirit. That's
channeling spirit.
channeling while
Yeah.
singing. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what I think gospel music is.
Yeah.
They're pulling that from the soul, from, like, the universe. That's, like, special.
I do agree though when you say about music, I think I think the vibration of music, the tone, I think singing even is self-healing. Music, it's something about how it penetrates
Chanting.
through you. Yeah, whether you're singing or listening, it's something like it's almost like an aura, right? You're just
Yeah.
stepping into this atmosphere of healing energy. Mhm.
Oh, her song, "I Will Always Love You" is my favorite. Yes.
Mhm.
She sang so many s like, I wonder if anybody has had as many albums or songs as Dolly Parton.
I don't
I
know.
don't know. I mean, I'm not that big into music, but I really love her.
Yeah.
Um, and I love how she still continued to kind of rock it with the younger generation and the younger musicians. Like, she
Mhm.
did that Miley Cyrus, she's done, like, so many other, singers that were way, way younger that could have been her grandchildren, and she was just as awesome as they were, if not better.
Yeah, yeah.
Always better,
I believe Miley Cyrus is her goddaughter, I believe, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I
really? I
believe
didn't know
so.
that.
I believe so. If I'm right there, you
Wow.
guys can vouch
Well,
for me
Miley
there.
got blessed there.
Yeah.
Right?
So let's ask our audience. I have a question for everyone. Going back or sharing, I mean, really how appropriate, Dolly Parton, we're talking about having relationships with loved ones on the other side. I'm sure when her husband passed a year ago, she felt her husband nearby. She must have
Oh,
felt his love in her heart and
she's with
was
him now.
still able to carry on and,
Yeah.
you know, hold him in the light, so to
See,
speak, and
love
as we should.
continues. It
Mhm.
continues, like, they're together now, they're at
Mhm.
peace, and I guarantee you her and her husband are gonna come back for another lifetime to bless us all in the next lifetime with their music or whatever else they bring, but it's
Yeah.
always inspiration because that's who her soul is.
Yeah, pure inspiration.
Oh,
So
Billy Ray Cyrus is her nephew. I had no idea. Like I said, I'm not in the country music. Like, I don't know these things. That's
yeah,
fascinating to know
yeah,
now, though.
isn't
Thank
it?
you, Jennifer. I'll never forget that.
So, now I have a question on everyone. Are we when the big question, because keep seeing it in the feed here, are we gonna do some readings or,
Yeah.
what's happening with that, Kelly? Do you feel like
I'm
later on in a
ready
few
for some
minutes?
readings if you are. I'm gonna be honest, everybody. I just came home from Southern California last night and I got a little flu bug, so I'm a little under the weather. So I'll do my best, me and Cheryl, but just quick little readings in the comments. If you have a quick question, state exactly what your question is. We'll tune in for psychic. And
That's
if you
good.
want to connect with a loved one, Be specific. I want to hear from grandma on dad's side. I want to hear from grandma on mom's side. I want to hear from my uncle, my dad's brother, or my uncle that married my aunt. Like, however, just be specific, but no names. Don't tell us when they passed. Don't tell us it's their birthday or any of that, because that's evidence that we could get if you don't give it to us, right? And
So
if
I
you
have
have
a
a love question,
yeah,
relationship compatibility.
that's a good. So I have a question for everyone, guys, if you want to, and for Kelly, and I have a story behind this question, but I want to hear your answer, Kelly. Have you ever felt a loved one's presence when you needed them the most? Like, have you ever needed your loved ones to really, and then you felt them? Have you ever?
Loudly.
Yeah.
RJ, he's the
Mm,
first one. I was I was in Mavis Patilla's mentorship, and she did a workshop on the Queen Mary right after RJ died. It was 4th of
mhm,
July weekend.
mm.
I spent the 4th of July with her and with Mavis Patilla, her partner Jean, and James on Prague. We had dinner and Kelly White, and we had this amazing night. Everybody was dancing. We did table tipping earlier in the night. It was so much fun, and we're on the Queen Mary partying it up, with like the most amazing mediums in the world, right? And I'm totally like tearing up. My son had just died 2 months earlier, and I was still grieving, and it was very hard. And I'm not spending the 4th of July with my family. I'm spending it with people that aren't my family. So my husband and my kids were at home, which was probably a good thing because I got to enjoy it where I wasn't crying. Went back to my room the next day after workshop. I had to run out of the workshop because I got overwhelmed with emotion. Went to my room and I was crying, as I did a lot in the beginning. The first year, I think I cried every day. And I'm in this like big suite on the Queen Mary because I was like, I want the best room on the Queen Mary. It's like, it's got a living room, a bedroom, a little dining area. Like, it was beautiful. It was all wood. And it's pitch black because I turned all the lights off and I'm bawling my eyes out. And I hear RJ say, Mom, stop crying. I'm okay. And it stopped me dead in my tears. I turned on all the lights because it kind of scared me. And I'd already seen a cat run through a wall. So I'd already seen like physical spirits. So I was already like kind of going, this is a little trippy for me. There's a lot of energy on this boat. And I decided to go home, and I left and went home
Oh,
because it, like, freaked me out so bad I couldn't sleep in the room anymore. But at
oh.
the same time, it snapped me out of my depression.
Mhm, mhm,
And he was like, "I'm fine. You need to be okay." And
mhm,
that's what I heard. And so after that, I started saying, "Okay, I'm okay. We're gonna build this new relationship." Yeah.
mhm. That's fantastic.
If I hadn't heard that, I think I might have gone down a spiral of depression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, I I was stuck in the snow, back in Colorado, middle of the day, no one around. How do I get my car out, right? And I asked my friend who had passed, I'm like, "Please help me now." And as soon as I said, "Please help me now," 2 guys came from around the corner, and, sure enough, they were kind enough to stop, but it was a very nice town. Everyone's very nice, but, and helped me with my car, like, but no one was around. It was, like, as quiet could be, when you have a snowy day, it's just all you can barely hear the snow falling, but
Yeah. You're like,
I can't I couldn't he could not have been more perfect because, it was actually my friend Doug, it was his funeral I was trying to get to that afternoon, and I got stuck in the snow, and I'm like, "Doug, you gotta help me, I'm trying to get to your funeral." And sure
"Oh
enough,
my god."
2 people came over. I mean, it was, like, amazing, so it was and of course, they helped me, and I got to anyway, but it was crazy. I mean, it's amazing when that stuff happens, right?
Yeah, it is. It's like validating for what
Mhm,
you feel.
mhm.
To me, it feels like proof, right? It's like maybe we're having this moment in life where we're doubting everything and we're so sad and we're feeling like the world is over, and here comes spirit to say, "No, I'm fine. Like, knock it off," or "You're not stranded. Let me send you somebody." Like, all you got to
Mhm.
do is ask,
Yeah,
right?
all you had to do was ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's when you trust and you rely on that, I feel like things maybe don't go the way you want, but they end up working out.
Yeah.
And sometimes what we want isn't always what's best for us, and I trust that the
Mhm.
universe knows what's best for me, so
Mhm.
I allow for it to happen the way it is. Like, I didn't wanna come home yesterday, but I think it was the best thing to do for me because, look, I got sick. Had I waited and got sick, then I wouldn't be coming home in time, and I have this, you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
you have to sometimes just surrender and trust.
I think that I think it's hard to kinda do sometimes at the moment, but I do wanna say Spirit is really good about, um, coming through for us, reassuring us, helping us as many times as we ask for help. They will not give up, our loved ones in spirit. They will keep pushing, keep trying to get that into our, like, thick skulls, like, "Hey, I'm here. All you gotta do is ask."
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
yeah.
I love it, I love it. Lots of comments, lots of people want readings, Cheryl, and there was one I wanted to go to, so let me, hold on, let me scroll up here and see where it is. Oh, and apparently it was just a rumor. Dolly Parton is not Billy Ray Cyrus's aunt, but she is the godmother of Miley Cyrus.
Oh,
So
good.
thank you for clarifying that, Jennifer. But it's going to be stuck in my head now forever. But I'll remember the right way now. Um, so Kelly Washino, can I hear from my grandmother on my father's side? Did you want to start? Or you want me to start? But I felt drawn to her.
Oh, please begin.
Okay. Um, oh, that is a beautiful song. And, where did her thing going to ask you for a reading? There's another comment where she asked for a reading, if we could find that, Kelly. Um, it's down further, I think. Thank you. Yes. Okay. I like to see their names and what they're requesting. It kinda helps me connect. So right off the bat, I feel like your grandmother was a kind of a strong-willed, pushy lady in some ways, like, she got things done, like, don't mess around with her, but so sweet and loving. But I do feel like, you know what, you don't wanna get on grandma's bad side because 'cause she'll put you in your place. That's the feeling I get, but not she wasn't mean. It's just like she knew what to say to kind of bring you back down to earth if you were getting sassy with her. I feel like she was the kind of grandmother that was, like, very involved. Even though she's not a parent, she would act like a parent, like she really wanted to mother everybody. She wanted to feed you. She wanted to make sure you were behaving right and that you were being respectful and you were doing all the right things for you. But I also feel like she encouraged you to be you. She really pushed you to kind of like not care about what others think, to just be who you are. And she sends so much love to you. I feel like you would have been very close to her when you were young. I don't know if you were with her when she passed, but I feel like you either saw her very shortly before she passed, and she felt very loved by you. That's what I feel. If you could let me know in the comments if any of that resonates, and I'm gonna pass it on to Cheryl and see if anything else comes up while Cheryl's working with you.
You know what I felt, thank you, is that your grandmother is your favorite. Is what I'll just say that. I felt I felt, almost a soulmate connection, like very connected, very much, a soul giver too. She feels quite kind and quite generous and quite loving, as if she was probably one of your main, parents in a way of her nurturing and giving you advice. But I want to say funny at the same time, and that she never talked down to you. She feels like the type of person who respected you, had integrity, and would speak with you like an adult, even though you were just, a wee little one, we'll call it. But she also feels very kind. I do see flowers around her, so flowers I feel are important, or you would understand that. Also, the colors of like pink or hot pink, like pink and fuchsia feeling, pinks and reds. And I think she very much had a very bright smile. And she does feel, Kelly, to be that grandmother with the twinkle in her eye. I will say that. I feel
Yeah.
like I'm almost talking to Mrs. Santa Claus or something,
Right?
you know?
She feels that way, like, she's
Yeah.
so loving in the way that she puts you in your place. That's how
Yeah.
it feels. It's like you didn't feel like you were put in your place, you feel like she taught you.
Yeah. Yeah.
She
Yeah.
was very loving. So she did see her before she passed, she was very kind. Thank you, Kelly. That was beautiful. I love your grandmother, she loves you so much, and I feel like grandmother keeps saying congratulations. So, I'll leave you with that. I don't know what the congratulations is for, but I feel like she's saying congratulations to you.
Oh, she knows you love pink. Oh, well,
Oh, that's beautiful. I love
that
it.
with you.
I
She
love it. That was beautiful. Will you pick, Cheryl, the next one? Or did you
Mhm.
wanna make any announcements yet?
Yeah,
Or we'll
let's make
wait?
our announcements right now while people are still typing in their questions and we'll still
Yeah.
pick one. But guys, I do want to announce that this coming Thursday, I have an online event. I would love you to join me and Thomas John. It's an evening of healing messages. So we'll be doing two mediums for, one event for 2 hours. So please sign up through my website, or if our producer Kelly can put the link in the box below for you guys. But really sign up. It starts at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. You're going to have a great time. It's always an interesting event, feeling the energy, especially if you're looking to develop your own intuition and you want to partake or energetically sense
Mhm.
spirit, or feel your own team. I mean, this is really quite enlightening. And also your loved ones, maybe you feel your loved ones, right, even before you get the reading. Or we'll try to read as many people as we can. We do get to a lot of people, but not everyone. And maybe you're going to feel your loved ones, or maybe several loved ones. So please join us.
That's beautiful,
Yeah,
yeah. I love Thomas John. I'm a huge fan, and
we have
I
to have
think
them.
the two of you working together is amazing.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah. And I
Thank
wanna say hi to Lynn. I do see you there, Lynn. Thank you for joining us tonight. I remember you. And, do you remember Lynn? I think we met her
Oh,
in
hi, Lynn.
was
Of
it
course.
with Mavis
Hi.
or
Yes.
somebody or with Allison, right?
Hi, Lynn. I follow you on Facebook.
Me too, yeah. How are you? Thank you for joining us tonight. Um, and there was something else. Oh, I'm gonna share my events. Or are you done? Keep going, maybe you're not done. I'm
Well,
sorry.
I mean,
I got
my Thursday
sidetracked, sorry.
event, and then also, guys, just check out my events page and check out my website. I have some wonderful Healing Prayer Circle membership programs that people are loving. We do this every Sunday, and then my energy transformation sessions, which, I mean, really, the energy is truly creative. I think it's very fertile right now. It's a time for manifesting. So please join me on that membership program, my energy transformation sessions. So check that out on my website at mediumcheryl.com. So, Kelly, handing it over to you.
Yeah, so right now I am actually getting ready to put up my next small group reading event because I just
Mm.
finished one this past Sunday. So the next
Oh,
one will be
good.
October 11th. So I'm
Good.
skipping September. We have a lot going on. So it's not live yet, but it'll be live by tomorrow. So you can check that out. And then I have my psychic sit-ups starting on September 14th in just a few weeks, or less than about 3 weeks. It's on Mondays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. It's $97 for the month. You get 4 sessions where you get just exercises to practice with other psychic mediums from around the world. We have about 40 usually that join us. So it's a real mixed group. And then I have my open mic afternoon. Oh, how funny. My October 11th is up, but you can't book it yet. My open mic afternoon, that's for my students. It's on um, September 20th at 1 in the afternoon. Basically, you join to be an audience member and support up and coming students that are doing amazing. Not everybody will get readings. I'm limiting it to 30 people. So hopefully we can get a lot of readings for those people. But even if you don't get a reading, I feel like it's healing for everybody, and that you'll hear piggybacks or something that reminds you of a loved one, and you'll feel the connections. They're all wonderful students. I have 6 that have signed up, and I'm so excited that they're brave enough to do this. So join and be supportive if you want to help other up and coming psychic mediums, please. And you can find all of these on my website at mediumkelly.com/events, just like it says down below.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah. And that's all I have going on right now. I just got home. We'll see what I come up with in the next week.
So I want to ask our audience, look, hey, Lynn, we know Lynn through Colin Bates. Absolutely. I
That's
mean,
it. And Allison. Yes, I knew Allison. I just wasn't sure which teacher.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I feel like you went to Spirit Camp, Lynn. Let me know if you did. And Seaback. Yeah.
It's great. That's great. So look, and this is always a common question. How can people know the difference between a genuine sign or wishful thinking? Because this is, this is an all day topic
Wishful
that we
thinking
have to
is
keep reminding people. We have to keep reminding people because it's a practice and a discipline, number one. So you're not alone. Okay. If you have doubt, you are not alone.
wishful thinking. I don't know. I feel like everything's a sign to some extent, don't you?
I do. I think a lot of things are I think more things are signs than we give them credit for.
Yes, and but we try to rationalize them into something not a sign. Like,
Mhm.
for example, the day after my son passed, at my crystal store, I'm at home grieving with my family, and I get a call from the store manager, and she says, "Kelly, I'm sorry to bother you. I know this is a bad time, but this little green bird flew in the store, and I'm terrified of birds." Like she has a bird phobia or something.
Wow.
So I was like, "Okay, whatever," and I sent my daughter, and my daughter said that the bird felt like it just jumped in this basket. I had little baskets for the store, and she said she grabbed a basket and she grabbed like a cloth and she was gonna try to trap the bird, but it just hopped in the basket. And she was like, "Okay," and she walked out of the store, and my daughter said it felt like she was releasing the bird and like it was she was releasing her brother's, love, like telling him it's okay to be free. And I thought that was so interesting because my daughter's not spiritual and she's very skeptic and she felt like her brother's presence. And to me, it's like, you can't argue with that. That's not like I could totally rationalize that and talk that out of being just a bird that flew down the hallway. But
Mhm.
this wasn't just any bird. This green
Mhm.
bird, I looked it up, it only lives in the forest. It does not come to the beach. It does not come to the city. This bird is not a city bird. You will not find them anywhere in Huntington. This is a rare bird to ever find at the beach in Huntington Beach, like a block from the beach. So this was not normal. And I could have been like, "Oh, the bird got lost," whatever. Like it wasn't a sign. It was a sign. But we as humans, we try to rationalize and figure it out and make it like not what it is. Why not just trust it? Maybe even like sometimes some of the simplest of things, like somebody said a word that reminded you of a loved one. That's a sign too.
Mhm.
Just because it's a word and people say that word every day doesn't mean it didn't catch your eye at that moment because it wasn't a sign. Like we have to be open and accept them, right?
Yeah, and someone mentioned the word discernment, James. James, I think, mentioned discernment earlier. That is such a great I mean, really, when we discern, we're not judging, we're not judging, we are discerning. You're using not only your logic mind, but also your feeling mind and your sensing. And I do believe the more you kind of can be open to it, the more signs you're gonna receive. That's always my thing. It's not to say that everything is a sign, but I gotta tell you, when you get the bird's feather in the middle of nowhere there should be a bird's feather, or you get the coin that was just immediately either dropped in front of you or on your path directly where it's almost like we have to stop questioning it. I
Yeah.
always say we go from doubt to, maybe to it's possible to what if
Yeah.
to, "Oh my
Yeah.
gosh," "Oh my gosh," and
Right?
the more joy you share, the higher the vibration, the universe understands, you're getting the idea, you're getting the message, you're coming on board, and then a flood of signs can even come in. It doesn't have to be one sign all the time, it can be several signs.
Yeah, like, I went to my sister-in-law's house in Seattle with my daughter, and we had never visited there really, and we stayed the night. My daughter stayed longer. I flew with her to drop her off with her aunt for a week after her brother died.
Hmm.
First thing I walked in to the house on the b in the entryway on the right-hand side was a feather from, like, a hawk,
Hmm.
but I was familiar with the feather because at my crystal store, I had, dream catchers with those exact
Oh.
feathers, and it said that they were hawk feathers, and so that's how I knew it was a hawk feather. And it was all identical to my dream catchers at my shop. But here I am in Seattle, a whole other state. And why is it at my sister-in-law's front entryway when she has no dream catchers at all? It was
No,
identical,
I don't
and I
know.
didn't bring any dream catchers with me. So you can't deny that as a sign. Like,
Yeah.
I know somebody could, but I'm not. I'm gonna trust it, right? Like, we have to look at, like, the scenario of how we get these signs. We talk ourselves out of them so much, but we shouldn't.
Mhm,
Just
mhm.
accept them. Even a thought could be a sign, don't you think?
I think spirit does communicate through us through thought. And I
Mhm.
do believe we can even hear them, or we could hear their laughter, or we could hear them laughing at a joke, that we think they would find funny, or if we did something silly and they would find us. So I do believe they communicate in many, many ways. So, and that's really the beauty of it, is it doesn't have to be like an outward sign of a bird feather. It could be a feeling. You
Yeah,
could
a
sense
feeling,
a
yes.
sign by feeling them watching over you or close to you. You could smell their fragrance, that if they wore a cologne or if they loved a certain fragrant flower. So really it's opening up all your senses and being open to getting signs.
Yes, I agree. That's the key. If you think about it, when you were a kid, I don't know about you guys, but we used to count VW bugs on the road. We did a lot of road trips with my mom, and my brothers and I would see, like, who could spot the most VW bugs, and, like, we'd get to, like, 300 numbers, like, up to 300. I don't know if we really saw that many, but you know how kids are, right? You exaggerate. But now that we are looking for them, all I would see on the road was Volkswagens. I mean, it didn't matter how many cars I saw on the road, I always spotted the Volkswagens. It's because once you become aware and open to something, you're going to see it more. It's the same concept, isn't it? Right?
And so I'm loving what our audience is saying. And I feel like, our audience is pretty open to signs. So I wanted to say, look, what are some suggestions that we can help people understand that, signs can not only be objects or feelings or senses, but how do you open yourself up, Kelly, to receive these signs or to have a closer relationship with your loved ones in spirit? Like,
And that's
yeah.
that's a beautiful thought right there, because that's what I like to teach a lot of my, clients.
Mhm.
If they are saying they really miss their loved one and they wanna build a closer relationship, I give them some exercises. They're
Mhm.
just simple things. They're not fancy. I'll share them with anybody, but I always tell them, like, find a special place in your home every day at the same time. Make it like this is my time of connecting with my spirit loved ones. You sit in that special chair. Make sure you're not sitting under the AC unit or in front of a fan because you want to feel the energy move or shift. And close your eyes and just invite them to come sit with you. And as soon as you feel any little shift in your energy, build upon it. Say, oh my gosh, is that you, so and so? If that's you, step to my left and let's see if you feel the shift of them on your left. Step to my right. Can you touch the back of my neck? Can you grab my hands? Like, anything you can do to feel their energy and build that connection and become familiar with their energy signatures. It would be the same energy signature they had when they were alive, but now they're not connected to a physical body, but you'll feel that familiarity and you'll start to build a relationship with them. And you can do this every day and build it stronger and stronger. That's what I did with my son. And I feel like even though he's passed and I miss him so much and I get sad, I still feel him with me so strong and connected.
Yeah, I wanted to say even animals too. I have my little dog Tiger. I'm like, "Put your paw in my hand."
Right?
And so I feel the energy of the little paw,
Or sit
or
next
you
to me.
you feel
Yeah,
him, panting, or, you feel
and nudging.
his face right
Yeah.
here. So even animals too, this works for. So please encourage animals, your loved ones, your furry friends or your human friends, and family to come closer and know that they will connect with you in many ways. They will connect with you, whether it's a friend, a parent, a teacher, I always, thanks for sharing your teachings, Kelly. I always want to help people understand that your loved ones in spirit are thriving. And I want you to imagine that when you are connecting with them, or if you want to send them healing energy, like imagine them well and wearing the clothes they would love to wear, or or listening to the music, or doing
Yes.
something they loved, and
Like
happiness, having happiness.
music again, we go back to music.
Hmm.
My son loved Tupac when he was younger, and he was totally into rap music. And when I met Paul, Paul had like every Tupac CD, and that's how the two of them bonded. Paul knew my son his whole life. I met my husband Paul now when I was pregnant with RJ, but we were co-workers. We weren't like, he didn't know my kids that well. When I got together with Paul, RJ was 9, turning 10,
Hmm.
and they bonded over Tupac. And RJ had this old boom box, and he did like graffiti writing on it with his initials, and he made it all cool. And to this day, Paul still has that little boom box radio in the garage.
Oh.
And every now and then, I'm not lying, that thing will turn on and just start playing Tupac. It's not even like on a radio station. Like, we don't know how it's working. It's been happening for 10 years, and he will not throw it out because of that. And to me, that's love, and it's another connection through music, right?
Also, I want to say that that when you connect with your loved ones, and it may take practice for some people, so don't feel like it's may happen the first time. We hope it does. They're there. I want to encourage our audience. I want to encourage our listeners to take the time to sit and meditate, or take the time in quietness. Open yourself up, meaning set the intention, right? Open your field up with love. Think of something you love about this person that will expand your auric field, and really then communicate with them. But take that time and sacredness of the specialness that it is. Maybe have a pen and paper handy, because you may hear something that you want to express or write down, and then you can look at it afterward. All right.
Can
But
we
they're there. Yeah.
can we touch on this comment? Are there different levels in heaven from
Sure.
Andrew?
Sure.
Because this is something I feel like close to my heart.
Yeah.
Because of Aiden, my youngest son, when he was little, he was very connected to the spirit realm. He still is, but he's not now. He's 19. Anyways, but when he was little, he was very open about it. And he told me, Mom, I was told I have to tell you this. He was so cute. The way he was always getting insight from spirit to teach me. He taught me about energy with the pendulums, and he showed me that I can control my own energy with the pendulum by showing me pulling it back, and the pendulum stops turning in this net. So with this, he talked about the different levels in the spiritual realm. And he says, I want to explain them to you because there are different levels, but it's not like our human mind can understand, because they're not really levels. He said, he says there are different, how did he explain it? There are levels, but they're not levels. It's like we're evolving and growing, and so we're at different stages. And the people that are what we would call a higher level are helping the lower levels evolve and grow. And he says what we call shadow people. People always say, "Oh, be worry of don't be fearful of the shadow person. They're up to no good." That's what the saying was about shadow people, right? Aiden's going, they're actually not bad people, Mom. They are just observing and learning, and that's why they don't talk to us. He goes, but my shadow man talked to me. And he taught me all about the levels in the spiritual realm. And yes, there are different levels, but we're all connected and they're all helping each other. And he says, and it's a beautiful thing. It's not really levels, though, how we imagine it or how we would envision it, because our human mind can't grasp the levels or understand them. Does that make sense?
I love it. And I would
Coming
say,
from a 6-year-old.
yeah, when we say levels, we think of separateness, like this level
Yeah,
is separate from that level,
they're
separate from that
connected.
level. And as soon as we start separating ideas or thoughts or things, I really think, whoa, wait a minute. We have to really say, no, it's bigger than that. It's so much bigger,
Than what
heaven.
we
And
can imagine or understand or grasp as humans.
it's so much bigger, and that, it could be, I don't believe there's levels, but I do believe there are, likenesses. I believe there's curiosities. If you want to learn something, it's available to you. If you want to grow, it's available to you. If you want to stay in heaven or visit your loved ones. But I do believe that there's so much of you, the soul. And of
Mhm.
course, when we join spirit, there's the whole, but there's so much of you that you could be literally, if you want to come back to earth, and then also a part of you or an aspect of you, maybe be a guide for someone else. Like, we can get into the lifetime thing where we're living multiple lifetimes or
Yeah,
multiple existences, or we're experiencing a lot at one time. But I love your question. I think it
I
just
love that
leads
question.
into so much growth. So thank you for asking, because there are many people that you're teaching in this very moment. So thank you for that.
And do you remember what Mavis taught? What was it about, like, the 7 heavens? Is
Mm,
that what it was called?
I believe it was. Yeah.
It was kind of like, she had them all labeled, and I'm trying to look it up right now, but see if it's online. But basically, like, my limited understanding of it, she you have, like, when you first go to the spirit realm, you go through a healing period, and then you step up to the next phase where you're more like a guide, and then you have a choice. You can choose to come back and have another lifetime, or you can choose to go further up and become what's called the angelic realm, she would say. And then after a certain point in the angelic realm, you kind of evolve further up, and there's more levels. I'm just saying it like a quick version. You evolve into the big picture, which is the universe, and you become one with all of it, and you lose all of your personal traits and all of your personality, and you become this beautiful energetic field that we all draw upon, this energy. And and it's like a cycle, and we go there now. We're kind of like, okay, we're done learning. This is where we're at now. We're part of the universe. But I mean, I'm sure there's more to it, but that was a beautiful the thing that she taught us, and I know she's not the only one that, came up with that, understanding through channeling, because she wrote a book about it, and so did 2 or 3 other people, and they didn't know each other,
Mm.
and they wrote almost the identical thing, and I think it's beautiful. I wish I knew all the exact terminology, but that's just, like, the gist of it. Maybe you remember more, Cheryl, but to me, that's also kind of like the levels that we envision in our mind, but they're not
Mhm.
really levels. They're
Mhm.
growth.
Mhm.
We're evolving as souls,
Yeah.
right?
Right, right,
I
right.
love
So
that.
and really remember, look, if your loved ones on the other side, I mean, if they're willing to teach us, wouldn't it be great that we accept their teachings? So if they show us signs or they give us feelings that teach us on how to communicate with them or how to feel or sense them, wouldn't that be amazing? So if you can stay in that amazement or that what if feeling of, excitement and wonder, that too opens up your energy field to experience your loved ones, really, maybe even a whole new way, and even in a whole new, deeper way, perhaps.
Yeah, and here's another out there thought, only because I've been doing a lot of, been in, like, therapy, doing a lot of, like, self-healing, and my therapist asked me this question about forgiveness and one other thing, forgiveness and, something else, but I started doing my own little research with my family, asking questions, trying to let go of some of my childhood trauma. And I found it very interesting how we all just had different perspectives on what happened. And so it just really brought to my attention about how letting go felt so good and forgiveness felt so good. And looking at my mom, not as my mom, but as a human and everything she went through as
Mhm.
a soul, and
Mhm.
understanding her not as a mother, but as a person, and how it
Mhm.
changed my perspective and my understanding of how she did things. I don't know, it's just a thought, like, if we change our perspective or we look at people other than, like, how we know them, but, like, as just a person, how do we view things differently?
Uh, very good to understand that everyone is a teacher for us, even if they boy, even if they challenge us and, rub us the wrong way, those could be some of our greatest lessons that we learn about our own power or our own self-worth, our own esteem, our own potential, and what we can achieve on this planet. So sometimes I think when people come to challenge us, that we feel they're challenging us, they are actually showing us a part of ourselves that we can overcome or work on or heal. Because they say it's like looking in a mirror sometimes. They help us release and connect with our own truth. And then that becomes the beautiful divine blessing that we're all here, is to learn more about ourselves, learn more about love, and learn more about being of service, really.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. And that's the thing I think we forgot in our society is about being of service.
Hmm.
I mean,
Hmm.
some people are still doing it, but we don't if everybody volunteered some amount of their time or energy to be of service, it might, like, really make our world, like, so much different, so much better.
Hmm.
Like, we all have to be there for each other. We have to remember we're all human.
It
Yeah.
only takes one little act of kindness to
Even a smile.
a smile.
Yeah.
Opening the door for someone, I always say, open the door for someone and watch their reaction. And if they say thank you, please be ready with the response. What feels natural? You're welcome. I mean, this is a beautiful interaction of energy, a beautiful exchange of energy that you're creating that will last in eternity. You are a co-creator of the universe. So go out there, create some kindness, magnify it, raise the
We're
vibration.
all connected. We're all
Mhm.
human. We all connected. Nobody's better than anybody. We're all in our own journeys, and we just have to have understanding and love for each other.
Mhm,
I love
mhm.
it. Yeah, we are all in this together.
We're much more similar than we are different.
And we're
Yeah.
much stronger when we're
Yeah.
supporting each other,
Mhm,
when we're uplifting each other, when we're there for each other.
mhm.
Yeah.
So what any final thoughts or final moments you would like to share, Kelly, as we are at
Just
the
it's my favorite subject. I think that there's so much love
Mhm,
to be shared with us in the spiritual realm that we maybe take for granted or ignore. And
mhm.
let's be more aware of that love in our relationships with our loved ones in spirit and try to nurture them more and see if it makes our life better. I think it's made mine better.
And to remember that love is the most powerful, healing, amazing act out there. If you can offer love, whether it's to an animal, to Mother Nature, right? Go, take care of your garden, or, be kind to Mother Nature as you're hiking through the day, be kind to animals. Anything you come in touch with, if anything, just understand practicing self-care, taking care of yourself, saying kind words to yourself, right? That's where it all starts, right, Kelly? Just be
Yeah,
kind to you. Yeah.
yeah, being kind to ourselves is so important. I know I'm hard on myself and I have to like change my thoughts sometimes, right?
Yeah, let's start there. And
Our inner voice.
we want to thank everyone for being on our show today. We want to thank Kelly Eckhart. We are so glad you made it today.
I
You
know I pushed
really,
through. I didn't want to miss today. I felt important. I love the subject too.
yeah, guys,
And I
thank
got my
you.
voice back, so that's good.
Thanks to our producer, Kelly Brickle
Thank
and
you.
Sacred Spiral Networks. Guys, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Both Kelly and me, sign up for our Facebook pages, like follow us, like us. Once again, sign up for our newsletters on our websites. We'll post those again for you. But we want to thank all of you for being part of our community. We really do believe when we help one person, we can help many people also. It's always through the power of love and healing that we support one another. We bless all of you. Thank you so much. We'll just say namaste. See you next week.
Thank you, everybody.
Namaste.